This is Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance in Sacramento. We are going to have fun. We are speaking with two members of the California State Assembly, David Chiu and Jimmy Gomez. Mr. Chiu represents portions of San Francisco County. Mr. Gomez represents portions of Los Angeles County. And for 1 week, they switched. You switched. You swapped.
Correct.
It was awesome.
How did that happen? Come on, how'd that happen?
Started with a little bit of trash talking.
Right. About?
Jimmy represents Dodger Stadium.
Of course he
represent the home of the three-time world champion San Francisco Giants, and we enjoyed that for a little bit.
Dodgers have six World Series championships in the modern era.
I was thinking. Okay, so you trash talk about baseball.
Correct.
But honestly, I mean, I actually followed it on Twitter. I thought it was a lot of fun and really innovative. How did you decide, okay, we're not going to swap baseball teams, but let's swap districts?
So what happened was we actually started talking about our districts
Right.
when we're talking trash. Our districts are very much alike.
Are they?
We both represent urban areas. We both
Okay.
represent the respective Chinatowns of our city.
Oh.
We both represent large LGBT populations
Okay.
in our districts, as well as large Latino populations, dealing with housing crisis,
Right.
dealing with job growth, dealing with transportation issues. So we actually just came up with the idea, and hey, we should change spots for a day.
But it wound up being 3.
Yeah, it ended up being 3 days, and it was an excellent 3 days.
What did you think about the idea?
I thought it was
Which
great.
it was partially yours.
And I don't think we could have packed more into our time. As Jimmy just said, we had a chance to visit how our respective cities are tackling
Right.
our affordable housing crisis. We both got stuck in traffic
Right.
and experienced that in different ways. We had a chance to meet workers who are struggling in our local economies.
See, what's crazy about California, the distance between LA and San Francisco is the same distance as between Washington, D.C. and Providence, Rhode Island. And think about how many cities and states are between Washington, D.C. and Providence, Rhode Island, and we're the same state.
Yeah.
And so we forget that. I mean, it really is a different beast. You know, just geographically, we're so long and large.
Well, I think our two regions have had such a long time rivalry. I mean, we all
Right.
have fun in Northern California and Southern California and San Francisco and LA, really talking trash about our regions.
Right.
But what Jimmy and I knew before we went down there, but really experienced, was just how similar the challenges and the opportunities are for the folks that we're dealing with.
But does it feel different? I mean, really, forget the kind of the trash talk and the politics of it.
It's different.
There's more smog in LA.
That is
It's
probably
It's
true.
It's different because just the geography. They're on a peninsula.
Right.
They're
Well
7 by
stated.
they're 7 by 7.
Right.
LA is 60 miles by 30 miles. We are a massive city compared to San Francisco.
Right.
So our challenges are different, but it still has the same neighborhood feels in different places. We still have a great diversity in different parts. So it's different, and that's why we did it, in order to highlight how we have differences, but
Right.
we're still one state
But,
with different histories.
So
of
I
course.
know you represent the same number of people, because that's how our
Yeah.
Constitution is set up. But what about the size of your district geographically? Is it around the same size?
So my district is actually one of the smallest in the entire state because
You're
we have
compact.
the most density, really on the West Coast.
Okay.
But as far as the really interesting, unique neighborhoods that are all on top of each other,
Right.
and that interact a lot, and frankly create issues that we have to manage from a public
Right.
policy standpoint.
Talk to us about the highlight for you over those 3 days in San Francisco.
First, I think that there's several. Of course, taking a bicycle tour with the Bike Coalition of San Francisco. They've done an amazing job of integrating bicyclists and bicycle riding into their transportation model there.
Okay.
So it's a combination of not just being about the automobile, not just being
Right.
about the cyclist, but kind of combining all of it and making it safe for everyone.
What about those hills? Their hills are bigger than Los Angeles.
We gave Jimmy a workout.
I was going to say,
No, but LA actually does have some hills. That represents
but not like that.
Not like that.
Exactly.
But we definitely have
Right.
some hills on our side of town. And what I was proud of
Yes.
is that David got to experience
please.
the LA River. He got to kayak down the LA River.
It's interesting you mentioned. I want to ask you about that. It seems to me that San Francisco has used its waterways in such a way that the waterway is a front yard, whereas Los Angeles, its waterway, excluding Pacific Ocean, is a backyard.
Correct.
And so talk to me about what you saw with
Sure,
the LA River.
and you're absolutely right. In San Francisco, our bay is our front yard.
Right.
It's a major attraction. It's where goods are transported through.
Right.
It's where we spend time to relax. And I literally had no idea what the LA River was about until Jimmy's team said, "You're going to go on this
I gotta
kayaking
tell you,
tour."
I'm an Angelino myself. Back me up, sir. How many Angelinos know the LA River exists?
Yeah.
I mean, it is a stunning embarrassment,
Yeah,
if I may say.
Yeah, it is. More now than ever before. It wasn't until 1999 that we actually had a
Right.
master plan for the LA River. So we didn't see it as a river. We saw it as a concrete channel
Right.
that we had drag races down. But we're re-envisioning our city. We're trying to change it.
What was your highlight, David?
Well, I would say, speaking to the LA River, both Jimmy and I are environmentalists.
Right.
And what's important for us in our dense urban areas is manifestations of taking back our environment. And so we have spent a lot of resources in Northern California focused on our bay. And to look at how LA is trying to take back really what their backyards are about and bring the environment back into the dense urban concrete that is LA and that is much of San Francisco. That was interesting for us to see because I think there are many more possibilities of what we can do like this revitalization project up and down the state of California.
So you're both Democrats. We come from a blue state, but there's a perception that San Francisco is blue like there's no blue you've ever seen, whereas LA, a little more textured. Is that the perception you had, that LA's blue is not as dark as San Francisco's blue?
Beside Dodgers blue?
Well, well stated, but But what do you think? I mean, I know it was 3 days, but did you get a sense that your constituents may have been even more progressive than, for example, Mr. Gomez's constituents?
I have to say, San Francisco, we're proud of the fact that we've set a lot of political trends, whether it be around setting a $15 minimum wage, whether it be marriage equality, universal health care, standing up for immigrants. I have to say, in visiting Jimmy's district, I met hundreds of folks who have the same values, who are really standing for what I think I'm proud of to stand for as a Democrat.
Did you feel like a conservative walking through Mr. Chiu's district?
I actually didn't. Well, Mr. Chiu, he would fit right into LA. He could represent my district. I have 9% Republican voter registration in my
I
district.
didn't realize.
His is that there's just
6%.
Oh, I didn't realize.
6%.
Oh, so you have two of the most Democratic districts in the state.
Exactly, and that kind of makes it easier. I mean, I think if we had like swapped places with Republicans, it would be a little bit different.
Let's talk about that. I mean, guys, this seems like a dream come true. Think about it. I can envision many Republicans with whom you are likely friends. Brian Dolly from North State, Brian Mainshine from San Diego. I mean, Kristen Olsen, the GOP leader. I'm sure you get along splendidly with her. There's got to be Republicans you can swap with.
We'll see where it goes. This was really the first time, to our knowledge, that we've done this sort of district swap, and we didn't know where it would go. And my hope, and I think we're going to see if there's some public policies for us to work on that really move the whole state forward, and we'll take it from there.
What about this, though? What about the Senate? It could be a Democratic senator with a district double the size of your districts. I mean, their districts are bigger than some states. I mean, have you thought about that?
I don't.
See, I think you should go for the Republican swap. I mean, if you ask me, because that really...
They're voting on my bills soon enough,
That's
so
true.
I got to be careful what I say.
Because in a lot of ways, like you said, urban centers, similar districts, maybe it could be a rural Democrat.
Absolutely. In fact, I have thought if I were to do it again, it would be interesting to swap with another with a rural colleague to get that perspective, because the state of California, we're the 8th largest economy in the world, and our diversity of living experiences is like the diversity of living anywhere in the country.
He is David Chiu representing San Francisco. He is Jimmy Gomez representing Los Angeles. They swapped for a few days. I'm Brad Pomerance. It's Local Edition.